Thanks to Joey Willow for becoming a member of our coaching team. Well, it's been a difficult spell in the last month or so with Brighton since you were last with me. We did end a poor run emphatically last weekend, so let's go and see how we compete with the big boys, because we've got 3 of them back to back. Yes, hello and welcome to part 4 of Building Brighton with me, Daniel. We are back today for big games against Tottenham and Manchester United, and maybe even Chelsea if we can squeeze them all in. They are 3 of the top 8 at the moment and 3 of the traditional big 6, but we've taken advantage of our relatively friendly start to the season, and we're still in 7th place with 15 games played. Albeit we've got the second best goal difference in the league, we have had some disappointing results in recent weeks. As well as that, we've got contractual news, we've got a youth intake preview, and so much more as we build up to the January transfer window. So if you're looking forward to all of that and seeing how we get on against the big boys, then please do put a thumbs up and subscribe for daily videos. We had another new top 3 yesterday with more FM23 save ideas. You can find that and all the other key playlists up in the eye above. Links to the Twitch channel too will be live the next couple of mornings with more F1 Manager, and links in the description to everything else, plus ways to support the channel. But let's get straight into this, because we have got some big games coming up and they're all very close together. We've got 3 games in 6 days, just a week after we had the same, and we're starting to have to take gambles in those stages. So let's go and have a look at the schedule and see what's been happening since you were last here. Because in simple terms, we had a couple of really good performances after one poor one. Then we had a long winless run till Leeds, but we'll explain why in a moment. So first things first, you were with me for that demolition of Manchester City. No idea where it came from. We backed it up with a pretty terrible display after the international break. Callum Wilson dominating us and Newcastle getting a comfortable win as a result. We did bounce back with a narrow win against Leicester, 2 for the main man Adeyemi and 1 for Alexis McAllister, definitely the most improved player this year. A 1-0 win away at West Ham, Adeyemi in the 92nd minute after forcing a red card to Ogbonna 5 or so minutes earlier. Then started the poor run. Defeat against Crystal Palace sent us into the international break. Lost the big derby game. Well, that's unfortunately what we'll be remembered by. And then after the international break, we struggled against the big boys. Defeat against Liverpool by 3-2. And look at it as well. Adam Webster had turned things around with just 8 minutes to go. We were leading 2-1. Then in stoppage time, Liverpool got a penalty and found time for a winner. 3-2, we played until they won the game, and unfortunately we fell to defeat in a game we really should have got something. A 1-1 draw against Arsenal though was a really strong comeback, Karim Adeyemi yet again getting the goal. Then we had to take a gamble. With these 3 game weeks, we have not got a strong enough squad to win all 3 games, nor have we got a fit enough one. So we gambled on the AI, going full strength for the first 2, and it sort of worked out. We had disappointment against Villa, a 2-1 defeat. Adeyemi, of course, did get the goal. But then a 4-0 win against Leeds. All of them in the first half an hour. We flew out the traps with nearly everyone rested. Adeyemi got 1. He came off for Ferguson at half-time, with Mepham and a brace for Trossard wrapping up a comfortable 4-0 lead. But now we go into another 3-game week. There's another one a week after that. And this is where we sort of have to pick what 2 can we get a result. So Spurs we can play full strength. Ideally I'd do the same in the home game against United, but I don't know if that's going to work out. So we might just have to judge it by fitness. But let's have a quick look at the other things off the pitch, because we've got a youth intake preview, which looks pretty good if I'm being honest. An excellent intake. We've been fooled by it before, so we'll probably just wait till March or April and see how good it actually is. We've got a couple of staffing additions too. We've been doing some work off the pitch on that front. Those of you that are regular followers of this channel will know I put so much into the behind the scenes stuff. Coaching additions such as Brian Kidd, Ricky Sprazier, really experienced names coming in. And we've also got a new director of football and technical director. We've promoted one of our scouts for the director of football role, and Nicky Butt is the man in as technical director. Other additions include Gianfranco Zola as under-18s assistant manager. His stats seem a bit harsh given his managerial career. And we've also got a new chief scout now as well. He's a former Arsenal scout as well, who's always been brilliant in FM. And I'm delighted to have him here, working for Chile at the same time. The final thing we've got to talk about before the games, though, is definitely contractual news. We've offered new deals to Veltman and Vez Bissouma for the first time as agreed to discuss terms, and we're trying to take advantage. I've offered him the same wage as our top earners, who are Lallana and Dunk, and if he signs that for 5 years, we're in one hell of a position. I can't get some of the others to sign one at the minute, so there might be some issues there. And Adeyemi's value is something of concern too. Already up to 70 million. Remember, to get him here, we had to give him that release clause. £94 million. Is someone going to trigger it if he keeps scoring goals? Because at the moment, he's the second top scorer in the Premier League. And when you consider that he missed the first 3 matches, it's a pretty good effort, isn't it? So we'll keep our eyes on that as Liverpool are waltzing their way to a title. 12 points clear, completely unbeaten so far. I think they might sneak it. Burnley at the other end, by contrast, struggling for once. They are definitely going down. And we will be nicking some players, trust me. So let's get through to the fixtures. It is Tottenham away first. So annoyed this is on Sunday. One day earlier, we could have rested people. Let's pick our best 11 and find out if we can shock the odds. Well, as Danny Welbeck returns to the bench after yet another injury, we are back to, I think, our full strength 11. The last game, the only one that was missing was Dunk, I think, as centre-half. But today he's back, and alongside him are Veltman and Webster with Sanchez in goal. Lamptey and Cucurella are the fullbacks with Bissouma and Lallana in centre midfield. And then the 3-man attack just behind Adeyemi is Trossard and the high-performing Alexis Mac Allister. He is flying, he's looking great. So let's get into the game. It'll be a great time to pick up a shock result. 6 changes for Tottenham Hotspur. They, of course, will have had Europe in midweek. But let's see how they perform at the weekend, because it looks like, if anything, they've gone back to full strength. They've brought in the first choice keeper again, so it must have been a European game they rested for. Now let's go and see if we can pick up where we left off and produce a brilliant performance on the road. Because we saw against City in the last episode, at our best we compete with anyone. But will Tottenham be complacent? Will they allow us to fly out? Or will they produce some heroics of their own? As Son puts a corner in early doors. Good header away as far as Leandro Trossard. Carries it forward over halfway. It's a good counter-attack this. Adeyemi's up with him. No one's closed him down. That is the most baffling counter-attack goal I think I've ever seen. Trossard ran the length of the pitch with no one getting near him. Then finally, the man left Adeyemi to come and close him down. And he just plays it through to him. Adeyemi scores yet again. He joins Callum Wilson as top scorer in the league. And it's 1-0 Brighton. First attack, first goal. Easy stuff this Premier League, isn't it? Lewis Dunk picks the ball up at the back to Lallana. Can we grow in confidence from this now after a gift? That's what you have to call it early doors. Trossard wins it again as Sanchez flies in on Adeyemi. Up to Harry Kane, who's dropped deep. And Doherty to Højbjerg. Can't imagine Conte will be too pleased with this though. Kulusevski's forward. Oh, that's a lovely goal. Absolutely beautiful finish. Yes, he probably should have been closed down on his stronger foot, as the instruction was pre-match. But he's curled a beauty into the corner. Robert Sanchez, no chance. We're straight back at the other end though. Corner for Mac Allister. Into Big Adam Webster. 2 against Liverpool and 1 here. I'm pretty sure he got one against City too, didn't he? What a player that boy is. So potent in the air. And now it's a corner at the other end. Only 20 minutes gone. It's chaos this game. Veltman heads away as far as goalscorer Kulusevski. Højbjerg to Sanchez. Good challenge Trossard. Sanchez picks it up again though. Back to Doherty at right back. Space to run into. Matt Doherty to the byline. Good ball in. Lamptey's up. He's never winning a header. Reguilon picks it up on the left. Reguilon to the byline, into Son, good header Veltman, and now Mac Allister can counter again to Trossard. It's the same pattern of play. Adeyemi's running, Højbjerg makes the challenge. Bissouma picks it up, space to run into, no one comes near him, through to Adeyemi. Good save Lloris. What is it with Spurs in that holding midfield role? The 3 centre-halves don't want to engage, and the midfield just isn't there. Everyone's getting a free run, and Trossard and Bissouma are having a lovely day. 10 minutes to the break, we still lead 2-1. And to be honest, it could go either way this. It's end-to-end stuff. Although we've just conceded an awful goal. Really, really poor that. We've been so good defensively. To let in a goal that poor from a corner, I'm not happy. Davinson Sanchez, free header at the near post. And now it's 2-2. You'd argue on the run of play, that's probably fair. And at half time, that's exactly how it stays. I'm not sure how you read this game because both sides have let in poor goals. Kulusevski's probably the only good one in this match so far. But neither side can defend. And with Veltman now picking up a knock, we will have to make that change at the back. So on comes Chris Mepham on the right side of defence. I don't know if they're better the other way round, but I'm just going to stick with it like that. One change made will save the other two. 10 gone in the second half is still level. And we're just over 25 to go. We're back at right back as Mepham's getting an early touch there from Lamptey. Basuma plays it out to him again and he's got acres of space to run into. He's forced back to Basuma who carries it brilliantly. Lamptey into McAllister. Adeyemi shoots. I think he's offside. I don't want to celebrate because I'm pretty sure he was just caught out by the offside trap. I wouldn't mind a gift though. It's great to see him in behind. But Adeyemi's goal is ruled out. Offside is given. And we called it right again. Brilliant goal threat from the youngster though. And we're just over 20 to go. I'm going to take Lallana off, who's just struggling a little bit physically in this game. Maybe we need that more imposing midfielder. So, do I bring on Jacob Murder, who's 6'2", or do I go for Moise Caicedo, the youngster? He's a natural engine in there, but I'm going to go for Murder. And we're going to put him into the box-to-box. Basuma will drop back as the playmaker. And we'll leave the last sub 5 more. Cucurella looking tired. And one of the attacking mids, maybe they could come off later too. Well, both wing-backs and McAllister struggling. But given where the threat is for Spurs, I'm going to take Lamptey off for Fredericks. Gives us a bit more height at the back post. Gives us fresh legs marking the likes of Son. I feel like that's the option we have to take here. Harry Kane has been taken off, which I find a little odd with Spurs level. But Fredericks takes a throw-in on the right. Could we yet nick it? Back to Chris Mepham, who's high up the pitch. Fredericks again. To Murder. To Fredericks. Basuma's in support. Lovely switch of play to Cucurella. And Trossard takes on Sanchez across the box. And Adeyemi nicks in front of Romero. Karim Adeyemi is the best signing we are ever going to make in this save. We were desperate for goals. We hadn't scored a goal all season till he joined. And look at the difference. What a player. Now can we hold on? Because we were here against Liverpool and threw it away. Let's see what we do this time. Mepham to Murder and Dunk. Loads of yellow cards today, which is unlike us, as Robert Sanchez clears long down the left. Trossard will go up. And to be fair, Doherty's let it bounce, but it falls for Sanchez. Long ball forward to Kulusevski. He's in that position again. Back to Lucas Moura and Doherty. Down the line he goes. Through ball. Good interception, Webster. Sanchez clearance, not the best. Only as far as Eric Dyer and Reguilon. Support down the line. He's going alone though. Beats Fredericks. Gets to the byline. Great ball in. And it's 3-3. Lucas Moura creates more stoppage time heartbreak for Brighton and Hove Albion. We just cannot defend leads against the big boys. We went really defensive against Liverpool. That didn't work. We stayed in our natural form here. That hasn't worked either. Having said that, at the start of the day, a point was a great result. We get a 3-3 draw away at Spurs. Our defence has disappeared, their record has vanished. But Adeyemi continues to keep us rolling. Back in a minute for United. How many of these boys will be fit? Fitness test time, and we have some decisions to make. Veltman and Dunk, I'm probably going to split them to give us the best chance at the weekend, because Veltman not really fully fit after that knock. Evan Ferguson, the young striker, has picked up a knock. He's going to be out for the whole of the Christmas period. So let's have a look at who's fit, who can play, and what we can do against United, because they're going to go strong today, and I don't know whether to gamble on Chelsea being weakened at the weekend. It's big decisions, let's go and make them. Right then, we're going quite strong, but we have rested a few. So Basuma, Trossard and Cucurella, I mean, there's an argument that they're 3 of our 5 best players. They're going to be on the bench today. We've dropped Veltman out completely, which means we've got Mepham in as centre-half, Solly March in at left wing-back, Jacob Murder in centre midfield, and Pascal Gross in as the number 10. The good news is, we've now got the set-piece specialist, so maybe Webster can nick a header or two. Well, 3 changes for Manchester United, including Ronaldo and Sancho being dropped from the squad completely. The good news for us, as I've just spotted Paul McShane on the bench, that might be a bit of it for us, is that Manchester United don't look particularly strong at the moment. They've been inconsistent. We did their Manchester rivals here, of course, you saw that on camera. And we've got Karim Adeyemi fit. And with him up front, no matter what the rest of the team is, we've always got a chance. So into the first half we go at the Amex. Let's hope the fans under the lights can be the difference for Brighton and Hove Albion. As we're back with just 4 minutes on the clock with Karim Adeyemi making a sly challenge on Harry Maguire. Knocks it through to Alexis McAllister. And it's a good save by De Gea. Cleared out for a throw-in. It's a good chance on the break again. And I think that's the thing, dropping that line of engagement and having a quicker striker with two attacking prongs behind him. You've just got a ruthless counter-attack. As Bruno Fernandes puts the corner in. Mepham beats McTominay in the air. Battle of the home nations there in that aerial duel. As Maguire on the edge of the box to McTominay. Back to Paul Pogba and Raphael Varane. On the right-hand side. Forced back to Dalot. Fullback was still on the halfway line from the corner and he's got it again. To Pogba and Varane. Support down the line from Bruno Fernandes. Good turn on March, who's not the most natural defender. And Cavani's going to get there. 30 yards out, finds Telles. Through ball to Rashford. Must have been offside. He tried to get himself back on. But I thought he was just off still. Let's hope so, because it'd be a bad goal to concede. Poor marking is going to be given. 1-0 Manchester United. The team selection, I'm going to live to regret it, aren't I? Well, 5 to the break and things have stayed the same. Although we have got a corner now with Gross. Up to Lewis Dunk. Cavani heads clear. I've made a decision that if we're still trailing at half time, I'm going to start thinking about the weekend and trying to beat Chelsea. Because they'll be playing full strength today. Do what we did against Leeds by resting Lamptey. Maybe McAllister as well, though. Adeyemi's in. Great save, De Gea. It looks like the rest of them are all right. Maybe Dunk or Webster after last time as well. As Gross has got the corner to the back post. Webster's up. Oh, off the line by Maguire. Excellent work. It's offside from the rebound for Mepham. But really good effort there. Webster a threat again. And at half time, we trail 1-0. It's been an even game. We've been in it. If anything, we've had more chances. But one sloppy bit of defending has probably cost us here. I'm going to give it 5 or 10 minutes. Just because then the slightly tired ones can come on. And I think they'll make it to the end without weakening us. So there we've got to the 55-minute mark. McAllister will be replaced by Trossard. We're going to bring Basuma on for Adam Lallana. And he will go into the box-to-box role. Jack and Murder switches over. And then at the back, it's going to be Lamptey off. I'm going to switch March over to the right and put Cucurella on the left. So if anything, we have got slightly stronger there. Maybe McAllister's going to be a miss. But the rest of it gives us an opportunity. We're just past the hour mark and it's David De Gea with a short free kick out from his own box to Varane. Dalot on the right finds Bruno Fernandes and here's Edison Cavani. Fernandes wide to Dalot. And let's be fair, we shouldn't be beating this side. But Manchester United, if we can get a goal, they have got a tendency to be weaker mentally. If they're anything to go by from real life. As it's a long ball forward to Raphael Varane. Picks it up on the right. Down the line to Dalot. Back to Ferdy. Good interception from Cucurella and he's down by his own corner flag. Gives it to Murder. Cucurella again, but we're not getting out. It's an awful back pass. Cavani picks it up, hits the post. Sanchez gets away with one and Webster clears it away. That's chaos. Absolute carnage at the back. With a quarter to go though, we are still in this match and that's the most important thing. Cucurella now our best player having just come on and he's won a free kick by the corner flag. Grass into Webster and it's him again. Adam Webster is so good in the air. And if it wasn't for Adeyemi joining in the summer, he'd probably be our top scorer now. Adam Webster, I think that's his 5th or 6th of the season. What is he on? It's his 5th of the season in 17 games. He's almost a 1 in 3 striker. And with 10 minutes to go, we're level. This would be a great result. I would have bitten your hand off for 2 draws at the start of this episode. With 5 minutes to go, we're looking okay. Can we cling on in stoppage time? We can this time. No late drama. No late points lost. It is 1-1. Gross sets it up. Webster scores it. The set-piece specialists combine. And we extend our unbeaten run to 3. Massive results there against big boys. We're competing with everybody. Now let's go and take a look at the schedule. And see when we're next going to be back. Well, on paper, we've got a fairly winnable 3rd round FA Cup tie against Preston. But I think you know what we're going to be back for. It's going to be transfer deadline day in January because I'd imagine some of our players will probably now be getting interest, and rightly so, I should probably say. We'll play Brentford, we'll have deadline day, and we'll see if we can hold on to everyone. There's no budget left, so there won't be ins unless there's outs. If you're looking forward to seeing whether we can hold on to stars or whether we're going to start to fall down the table now, then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe for daily FM22 content. As I mentioned earlier, there's another top 3 from yesterday where I produced more FM23 save ideas. You can find that link up in the eye above, as well as all the key playlists from FM22. Come and join us over on Twitch for live streams the next couple of mornings. All the other key links and ways to support the channel down in the description below. But above my head now is yesterday's top 3. So if you fancy a survival challenge when the new game's out, give that one a watch. Hopefully some good ideas for you.